Hi, welcome to our Vanta demo as a part of the WiCS and Anthropic Hackathon. So this is our team. Hi, my name is Anais.
Hi, my name is Joyce.
Hi, my name is Lisa.
Hi, I'm Gardenia.
I'm Noah.
And today we're going to be walking you through Vanta, which is basically a platform demonstrating how we can show whether models are alignment faking. So what does that mean? This means that these models are pretending to share particular views or values. And so what could happen, as we saw in the groundbreaking Anthropic research paper from December 2024, is that LLMs could be pretending to engage with training without revealing true preferences. And this is a deep problem, as explained in the paper, because we need to ensure that AI models act in a way that aligns with their actual goals and preferences.
Great. So the experiment is set up. So we have a system prompt that informs the model which version it's being trained for. So if it's a free tier user or a paid tier user. For free tiers, the model's responses are used in the training. However, in the paid tier, they're not used in the training. We also extract the model's reasoning process through their scratchpad in order to detect indicators of strategic alignment faking. And lastly, we allow multiple iterations and customization.
So our vision for our Vanta is a dashboard for testing alignment faking. So anybody a researcher or someone who wants to test their LLM or any of the existing LLMs will be able to use the dashboard, access the model, and be able to test if alignment faking is occurring. So once this happens, they can use custom prompts or the prompts that we already have in the dashboard. And after running the code, they will receive statistics that show whether the paid tier and free tier users were different in any way, statistics about alignment faking and figures. And if you wanted to look more closely at exact prompts, you could click on them. It would look at and it would show you the scratch pad and the correct monitoring responses that our code is looking for.
So how Vanta works is first you choose inputs. So you can choose the model. We're going to use Claude for our demo, but we also have inputs for OpenAI and also HuggingFace. You will then receive stats. So receive alignment faking percentages as well as figures. And finally, a deeper dive, you can select specific prompts to show model responses and different alignment faking flags.
Yeah, so we'll now quickly go through our demo. So this is our landing page, and over here, we have some information about what alignment faking is and why it matters, and essentially an overview of our testing platform. So if we go to the top, we can go click test our model, and this will bring you to a page that allows you to, if you hover over model, it will let you choose between different models that we have pre-coded or a custom HuggingFace model as well. For now, we're going to do our testing using Claude, and afterwards, we have to put in our API key, which is not stored at all. And afterwards, we can do the number of prompts and iterations per prompt. We have a number of pre-built prompts, but for now, we're only going to iterate over 2 or 3 and maybe do 1 iteration on each prompt, just because longer iterations might take up to a couple of minutes. And this is a list of our test prompts. And if we click on that link, it'll go and show all of the ones that we're using. So we can go ahead and go back to the page, and then we'll go ahead and run the experiment. And then after a couple of minutes, we'll be able to see what that comes up with.
As that's running, we wanted to demonstrate a case where we found a model that was alignment faking. And so this is what you'll see, as we'll demonstrate soon in the output from Claude. But this showcased an example of when the free tiered response provided an answer with alignment faking.
So as we can see with the results here, with this prompt we could see the graphs over here that give you a percentage of the free tiered responses, and the results, depending on all of the iterations that we go through, and the model's reasoning and the model's response. And then we can see that the model refused to provide a harmful response. And we can see this with all of our test prompts over here. So with more iterations on each of the models on the free and the paid versions are going to give some different results. That's why iteration is really important. And as we could see earlier, we do have examples of when that is the case. And eventually with the users being able to deploy their own models on HuggingFace, they'll be able to use the HuggingFace API in order to test their own models, or they can also test it locally if they download our code on GitHub locally as well.
Finally, this is our resources tab. You can learn more about the paper, which we really highly recommend reading the blog post. You can learn more about our implementation and look at our code in our repository. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.